Hey, so I'm doing a video because I am excited about my highly optimized HVAC service bag. I think I have it just about perfect, and I don't know, I want to show it off. So, check it out. Hey, shout out. That obviously has nothing to do with me. Nobody has anything to do with me. Um, but their products is pretty cool. The only thing that I made a change is I put this little extra pocket holder on the front. It just clipped on. I happen to have it, and it holds my jumpers, screws, and I have some adapters, uh, service caps, that type of stuff. Um, anyway, that was the only add-on I made. The only thing I wish is that this was actually like an extra pocket. It's kind of just nothing. I guess some structure, but that's about it. Uh, then up here I keep some electrical stuff, some random fittings, my stubby, like the stubby for the knuckle busters, an adapter. This is temporary. I just got this in. I'm gonna throw this on my high temp hose to defrost evap coils when I get a bad one, if I have to. And that's about it. 410A adapter, some sandpaper, coins, fun stuff. Anyway, the quintessential DeWalt 20 volt max, in my opinion, the best impact ever made, and stood by me for years now. Just big fan, big fan. Anyway, to the guts. This thing, one of my favorite tools. I used to walk into people's basements all the time, and they thought they were about to get robbed because I was looking around. I was looking around for paint cans because I was about to sit in front of their oil furnace. Now I don't have to do that. This thing is freaking awesome. It telescopes out, and I can stand on this, and I can reach an evap coil, right? So we have some accounts where we have like 6-story buildings that are just um uh, 6-story buildings that are just stacks of freezers for like Meals on Wheels and stuff like that. And so I can walk in there with basically what I need for a ladder, at least to get to the evaporator coil in my backpack. Or because of the different heights, I can have like a little paint can size thing for doing an oil burner, or if I'm doing a rooftop, same thing. I can fully extend it, and I got like a good height to be right in front of the compressor, or to stand on it and get onto a condenser coil, or I'm sorry, to get a condenser fan motor. It's just like the perfect height for me, for what I have to do. I'm quite sure I'm gonna break it in no time. I just love it. It's like it's the best tool ever. That's it. It's an essential. All right, this thing. I am updating this. I just got this little adapter, so I'm kind of excited about it, and that's why it's so clean. And I'm actually gonna update the gauge because this came with a new nitrogen regulator I got. Um, and I'm going to take this off, and I actually have a liquid filled one that I'm going to also be able to calibrate my digital gauges against, which is why I dropped the money on a $50 gauge. But it's also going to be my go-to service gauge. So this is what I'm going to walk into every service call with, see if you have pressure, confirm whatever, that the sight glass is actually uh, full and not completely empty, whatever. Just checking stuff out. This way I can leave it on. I gotta get a cap on this. In fact, I think I saw one. No, it was in that lower bucket. I'll get it later. So, I can walk in, plug into a system, and let's say it's low on charge. I gotta run out, grab a tank, right? I don't have to take this off and then plug back in. I can just tap in, you know, with a second hose, go to a tank, go to a gauge, go to a vacuum pump, go to a nitrogen tank, whatever I have to do. But for a starting point, I'm not walking in there with a manifold anymore. Manifold is too heavy. I don't need to worry about all that information up front. I need to figure out what's going on. And this is all I need. This is all I need for 75% of my diagnostics. Okay, 75% of my service calls, I don't need a manifold at all. Actually, probably more than that. Diagnostically speaking, if I'm just doing straight service, I got no heat, I got no AC, I got no, my cooler's not working, whatever. I don't need a manifold to figure out what's going on. So this fits in my backpack, and I love it. I think it's gonna really be a time saver, a space saver, and I mean even just a time saver at the time I spend going to the second door of my truck to grab the manifold. That's on every service call, an extra 30, 45 seconds. And then you're managing that, like juggling that extra tool. It's a whole lot of stuff. This is in my bag, ready to go, tucked away. And like I said, on 80% of my service calls, this thing is all I'm gonna need, if that. If that. I a lot of times wouldn't even hook up gauges to a system. So when I say 80% of the calls I don't need a manifold, I don't even need to hook up to a system on, 70% of those. So this is only really, but you get my point. If I'm plugging into a system, I suspect I have to. So there's a higher probability I'm going to have to go get something else. But right off the get, I mean, it's all you need. All you need. And 10% of the time that you actually have to plug in, it's coming right off and it's something else. Next. All right. So I got the hose in here. This is just in case it's nitrogen, or I got I'm just gonna grab a tank of gas and charged by the site class. That's certainly an option a lot of times with the calls I'm doing. So I try to split this up into high probability, low probability sides. So I kind of got my double, my wrench and my backup, my 11-1. I'm not gonna say anything bad about any manufacturers, but these things just wear out. They wear out, and they're dependable. I like them, but they wear out because it's a rough job, and eventually you see the grips. I try to freaking make them last, but you gotta drop money on them. Yeah. So, the strippers, service wrench, electrical meter. I got some little stuff tucked in here, whatever. Thermostat for my electrical meter. Basic tools, nothing. Oh, these things, these were gonna get cut, but I'll tell you, the long handle dikes come out. I didn't carry them. I used to have a little bag because I don't want to have back problems for carrying tools I don't need. This would have never made it in there. But I'll tell you, when you have them, for going at zip ties, especially if you're in a rooftop unit and you're trying to get all those freaking zip ties so you can start pulling wires and figure out what's going where. This thing, this is stuff I would have done with this. And I love this. The long handled dikes are not going to get cut from this bag. This will get cut. My knife will get cut. My channel locks will get cut. I never carried these before, but I'll tell you, I love them. I love them. They are the best tool in here. Well, near the top. So that's it. It is lightweight. A lot of things got cut, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I can do, this is a nice one too. It's a little flashlight. And then I can get stuff. You know, whatever. That's not magnetic, but you get my point. It's a nice strong magnet on the end of a long pole. It's handy with a light when you drop a screw behind the back of a unit and you don't want to look like an idiot for 45 minutes because you dropped a screw when you're getting paid by the hour. Yeah. So that's all. That's it. This is about as optimized. I've been doing this job a long time. These may get cut because I don't cut that much PVC, but it's nice to have. I don't know. These don't come out that often, so they might get cut, but you end up with empty pockets. Anyway, this is about as optimized as I can get, and I'll tell you, 80 to 90% of my diagnostics, this is all I'm going to need. All I'm going to need to figure out what's going on. 10% of the time, I'm going to need a combustion analyzer. I'm going to need digital gauges. I'm going to need, some sort of complicated tool. But now that I've made a larger investment in some of those tools, they're going to stay locked very safe in my truck and in secure toolboxes packaged away. These are my beaters. These are my everyday, how I make my living. And this is about as optimized as you could possibly be to do my job, in my opinion. I'm walking into a service call and I'm feeling prepared and lightweight. And that combination is a really difficult thing to achieve. Because to have everything you need in a light package, it's not easy to do. And I think I've just about done it. So I'm proud of this bag. I think it's just about perfect for my job. That's it.